Hello. Here we come. And I know you have to push your buttons. Push your buttons. Oh my gosh, I've been with my grandkids all weekend. So it's like everything's a
Everything's a song.
clean up, clean up.
Everything's a song. Everything's a song.
Push your buttons, push your buttons. And I also, I had an experience while you're pushing buttons. I opened my front door yesterday to see like, oh, because I looked at the temperature and stuff, but sometimes you have to go feel it. And I'm like,
Oh
what
my
is it
gosh,
really
yes,
feeling?
that's what
Yeah.
you have
And I
to
went out here and
do.
I on my front porch was a bird nest with three little baby birds outside of the nest going like it was like,
Mm,
oh no. And so
it's
I
that
Googled
time.
and I had to get my gardening gloves and my little rake and put him back in the nest and put the nest in a tree and I'm gagging the whole time.
You are woman here. You
Well,
roar.
they weren't fully
You
formed,
are.
It was a little hard to
Yeah.
take. Yeah.
I do know it's not ready. It
Yes.
takes time
Oh, you've
though.
had it too, but I
Yeah.
did what I was supposed to do, and I'm hoping they made it. So if you want me to feel better, everybody out there in video land, just join our team because I'm feeling a little sad over the birds I probably lost this week. But
Do we
I did my
know
best.
do we know the name of the group currently that is it's escaping me, where you just had the mini mega Sunkissed. It was called Sunkissed.
Good for you. I
Thank
was
you.
not going to remember.
Hey, if you hear something in the background, please tell me and I will put my mute on. My husband is pressure washing the area on the house that I cannot reach. So he is out there doing it. And I think we're okay. But if you
Yeah, no,
hear
I don't
something,
hear anything. Yeah,
please
send
let
them
me
over here for the bird poop that got left behind.
right.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because like I go out there and I'm doing it, but I can only reach so far. And yes, I can get out a ladder, but I have a pretty tall 2-story home and
Yeah,
doing it
I've been there.
myself is a little scary. And of course, Janine doesn't wear the proper footwear or any of the things that need to be done.
Well, appearance first.
We just no, I mean I'm in flip-flop. I'm a flip-flop girl. So it's just I said to him when he got home, I'm like, oh, you're doing that tonight? And he said, yeah. And I go, well, I have my call with Mary Grace News. Well, let me know. I thought, well, I'm not going to tell. I'll just put on the mute if I have
Yeah,
to.
no, we're not going to tell them to stop pressure washing.
So
We don't do
tonight,
pressure here at Park
we don't
Lane.
we don't do pressure here at Park Lane. We do non-pressure. Hey, Celeste. Hi, Crystal. Hey, Seisha, Kim. Oh my goodness, Brenda, Mary. Thank you so much.
Here
Cannot
they
hear.
come.
Kim saying she can't hear us. Oh, really? Let me see. Hold on.
And
Nope.
we can hear.
Our volumes. No, we're on. We're on. Kim, it might be you. Everybody else, I think, can hear. Let me know. I did put it over to the Sun-Kissed group, guys. Just
And
so
we
you
can
know.
hear each other, which has been a very common thing of late, is that I'm
So
doing this with
beneficial,
someone.
isn't it, when we can hear each other on these things?
I know. Oh, it's
Stacey's
like
saying
I
she
watch
can hear.
people's mouths move and then I try to like interject and I don't even know what they just said.
Love you, Sage.
Uh,
It's interesting because it's funny. After all these years, technology still bites us sometimes, and it is what it is. And oh, she cannot hear the pressure washing. That's what she was saying. Oh, she doesn't even know what she's saying half the time. I know. All right. Well,
we're like,
everybody,
again, we're like,
give
calls
her
are
a
being
final
made to the media.
She's up.
The media room.
Oh,
Everybody's in.
I love all of you. Thank you so
Okay.
much. So I always am, I'm sad that we had to miss last week, but last week was a holiday and I just felt like all of us needed a little time off. And I think you did too. But I really do enjoy when we can get together on these nights and just chit chat about what we do for a living and talk about direct sales. And who better to have this conversation with than our executive company vice president,
I
Mary
can't think
Grace
of anyone.
Lewin. I can't think of anyone. And it's interesting because recently Mary Grace shared something with me that I just want to say thank you to all of you, because she said that she gets a lot of comments on the Google form about our rapport back and forth. And it's funny because we're both off the cuff type people. And badly sometimes, but it seems to work. It seems to work with her and I.
Well, we're careful what we say on air or try to be. So
Let me
Please
tell
don't
you.
write letters. We love you all. We're just as
I love
human as
y'all.
can be.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that that's, us having the technology issues and the sound issues and all the other stuff. I feel like that just shows you the real, this is what it is. I mean, this is what it is. I've been live many a time where something has happened. I was talking to one of my team members about how I used to go live before ring lights were a thing. And I had just a lamp on my desk and I would pull the shade up so I had more light. Well, it started burning the one time when I was talking. So I mean, right in the middle, like banging on the shade to try to put it out. So I mean, it is what it is. You just smile and you just
Oh
move on
my
with your
God. I
day,
had my
right?
grandchildren the other day and it was just such a cluster. I was trying to like, they were just they were just wanted all my attention. I was trying to do something like this. And finally they were quiet and I go out and they have taken, which I was so proud. I was starting my own crop. I had 3 tomato plants. They were like, we did some gardening. The tomato plants are like on the chairs and
Oh,
they were so excited because they gave me the little tools for Mother's Day. So they were using the little tools. And I'm thinking, well, there goes those tomatoes.
how sweet! And I remember when you got those tomato plants and we talked about planting them. So,
Yeah,
well, they've already
yes,
blossomed.
you did.
You
I was
did.
so excited.
You and
And
you were like, I'm going for this year. I'm like, Mary Grace, they're so simple. You just put them in the ground and water them. I'm like, there's nothing else you have to do with tomato plants except
maybe
occasionally.
keep them in there. Yeah.
Oh, God bless
I was
them.
not foiled by nature. I was foiled by grandchildren. So
Grandchildren.
we
God
begin
bless them.
again.
They
That's
think,
what we do, right? We begin
yeah.
again.
And they think they're doing well. So you God bless them. You just have to go, thank you so much. And then you just bite your do that like the Italians do. You just bite your knuckle. So anyhow, Monday nights, not only do we have this fun banter, but we get to chit chat about something that I mean, Mary Grace and I truly enjoy. And it's kind of fun to be able to talk about this every single week. I think it's even more fun that one of you get to win free jewelry every time you watch. So, I mean, that's just amazing. Fill out a Google form, boom, shakalaka, you might be the winner. But we get to talk about direct sales, and it's something that's near and dear to both of our hearts, something that I think might have taken both of us by surprise.
Yeah.
But we really enjoy what we do. And I'm going to start by asking Mary Grace some questions. I always talk about the fact that if you are here right now, if you could please tag your stylist, because that guy or gal thought so much of you to invite
Mhm.
you to this live stream on Monday nights. We stream every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, right here in the Grace and Grit Studio business page and our Grace and Grit Studio group. So, Mary Grace, let's start with our first question and let's see how we are going to answer it this week. And why direct sales? Tell these fine people why direct sales and how does it differ from this buzzword we hear of MLM or multi-level marketing?
Okay. Well, I'm a huge proponent of direct sales. It just absolutely changed the trajectory of my family's life and some of the things that we were able to
It
do.
did.
But I fell into it by accident. And I call it serendipitous. And Janine asked me actually that she goes, use that word again. What was that? It's serendipity. It means finding good fortune as if by accident. I went to a show. There was like a little paper you could fill out about whether you were interested in job information. And I put yes, because I'm always interested in new adventures. I mean, I'm like, I want to hear the information. I can say yes or no, but I want to hear the information. And from that day on, I just was really hooked. But if somebody had actually said, are you interested in direct sales? I'm afraid I would have said, oh no, without really knowing what it is. And direct sales really is just direct to consumer. It's really the way that sales started. But, like if you think about the little guy going
Sure.
cabin to cabin with his pots and pans and stuff, we just serve as a go between now between the company and the customer. And when you're part of a direct sales company, it generally means party plan. And it means that there's like also a hostess program where people get rewarded in free product for sharing their friends and family with you. So it's like a shortcut. We're able to meet a lot more people that way. Now,
Nice.
multi-level marketing, which they call MLM, that's more individual, one person at a time, having them get your product. The ideal situation is to switch as many of those over to reps as you can. So it's
Right.
a recruiting emphasized emphasized type of business, whereas the emphasis in direct sales is more on the product and on the sales. So of course we're trying to, recruit people like we are all you guys tonight because we have something wonderful to share and we can only do so much. So we love to like open other stores, if you will, all across the country. And also we feel like it's necessary to share this with people because it's so amazing. It When I said it changed my life, I'm really not just being like dramatic. It
No.
really did. And it's like it is a job that you can fit around the schedule that you have and you can be where you need to be when you need to be there. So
Yeah.
when I first started, I had a full-time job. I was working on my master's. I had 4 kids at home, but I was able to work it around the schedule that I already had, and then was able to free up my schedule over time because it took the place of so many things. I was able
Right.
to do so much more. So I'm so proud of all you guys for being here because it's definitely worth looking into. I think everyone should try direct sales. Until you try, you don't know whether or not it's for you. That's honestly how I feel. And if it's not for you, you leave with more than you came with. That's a promise.
So you just mentioned that you had a full-time job. What do you say to people that that's their reason of not trying it when they go, but I have a full-time job?
Oh yeah, people would say to me like, "Oh, I already have a job," and I mean, I'm gonna laugh. I always laugh because I go, "Oh, good," because I
Yeah.
would never be brave enough to have done it myself, or certainly not to advise others. Quit your job, do this, because I don't know if you're gonna like it. I know what's gonna happen, But I think an advantage of this business is that you can try it out with whatever else is going on in your life. I think that's huge. And usually, when you have a
Yes.
wonderful opportunity, you have to give something up in order to try
To
this
do
other
it.
opportunity. And with ours, it's just an add-on. And even famous financial planners will tout direct sales as the answer for people to have extra money to get out of debt, extra money to invest so they, can stop the madness. So it's very highly recommended. It's a major now at Harvard University. Like it's big business and you usually start in a very small way.
It's big business, but it's that down home appeal, right? You talked about
Right?
really just
Yeah.
opening stores across the country. It's kind of like franchising. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
What
Exactly.
about why jewelry? How come jewelry
Yeah.
works in this genre?
Because honestly, like, I think I did do this. Like, if you were to Google, I'm thinking about doing direct sales. Probably what AI would tell you is to pick a product that you love because ultimately it's your product. And that is
Right.
absolutely true. And I do love jewelry, but I will tell you that I was not a huge jewelry wearer or lover
Me
coming
either.
into this business. In fact, I was with another direct sales company for 12 years before I came to Park Lane, and it was candles. And it was like home decorating, which I absolutely loved. I didn't know a lot about jewelry. Well, when I saw some signs that my company was making some decisions that definitely were not good for the field, I decided to start looking. And when I decided to start looking, I knew I wanted to stay in direct sales because of everything I discovered about it. And I knew that I wanted to do jewelry. And the reason that I wanted to do jewelry was because I did my research. And here's what I can tell you about jewelry. Yes, pick a product that you love. But my gosh, the smartest thing to do in the world is to pick a product that the most other people love. And
Yes. I knew
that's
you were going to
jewelry.
say that.
Okay. Meaning, and sure, anyone can say, oh, my so and so doesn't like jewelry. But overall, the market is absolutely huge. And it really includes every type of person. It truly does. Men buy jewelry for themselves. Obviously, they buy a lot of jewelry for women, and women buy a lot of jewelry for themselves. And it's one of the top three gifts in the world: candy, flowers, and jewelry. Now, from a feeling standpoint, I mean, there's so many logical business reasons to choose jewelry, but I don't think I could do something that didn't make other people feel good. It's just important to me.
Yeah.
And it does. Like it raises their serotonin levels, it changes their whole demeanor. They get more compliments. It's a conversation starter. There are so many cool things about jewelry. It withstands the test of time. I mean, it's been around for 150,000 years and it's not going anywhere. If anything, it's showing, like, statistics show that it's gaining popularity with
Yep.
$43 billion forecasts and numbers like that make your head explode on what's happened with jewelry. It's considered consumable. That was one thing that I liked about candles was people would use them up and they would need more. Well, guess what? Fashion is considered consumable because it changes with seasons and trends and everything else. Now, and styles. And it's also considered a collectible, which I know Janine used to be in baskets,
Yes.
and they were a collectible. So both those audiences are awesome in the whole jewelry sphere. Um, it now from a standpoint of somebody that represents jewelry, I wear my product. This is huger than you know. Not only do I wear my product, but people that I sell my product to wear my product. And they are getting all kinds of conversations and referrals and people coming back to you. And I love that because I used to be a little awkward about letting people know what I do when I was doing the
Yeah.
candle thing.
True.
Didn't come up naturally, that's for sure. But with the jewelry, and someone says, "Oh my gosh, you always look, I just love your necklaces." And I can say, "Oh, that makes me so happy because I'm in that business. I represent a line out of Chicago called Park Lane. Let me take your number real quick. I'll send you my website," and it's just like
Yeah.
that. You made a connection. So it's very easy to do that. If I do ever have to ship anything, which is rare because Park Lane does most everything for us, but let's say I just am doing a special sample sale or something, it's super inexpensive to ship. It's like throwing in an envelope in a Hallmark card, even or something, with a stamp, or it's very takes up very little room. So Chicago has millions of dollars of inventory in their one warehouse, and we in our house we could have it in a little part of a closet. Whereas the last product I had to have a whole garage dedicated to it, and very light. I throw some things
True.
over my shoulder and off I go. So many benefits and proven. Like proven. Like the Levine family when they started the company, they actually hired consultants to recommend what product. And three different companies all came back with jewelry as number one by far, with all of these reasons that I just said. So, yes, it is the place to be. And since I mentioned it, we both used to be with other companies.
I was gonna
A
ask that.
really important asset, a really important program that we have here at Park Lane that is it's super unusual. I've never found another direct sales company with this program, but we have what we call the direct appoint program, and we will interview you and bring you in at a level that recognizes experience that you have had. So if you've done direct sales, maybe you're not currently, but maybe you even did it 10 years ago, if
Yeah.
you've done direct sales and you've had a team, we want to hear about that, and we want to bring you in at a level and a pay that is, recognizing that commensurate with what you made or did before. And you don't have to start all over. And that is absolutely huge. So be sure to pass the word about that. Now that tell all of your direct sales friends, or if they're ever a little bit on edge, as many are these days, not just in direct sales and any kind of company, then be sure to tell them about us because we might be able to give them a step up.
We sure might. And
Yeah.
drop a message in the comments right now because I always find it interesting who we have on these calls. Let us know if you sold for another direct seller before or if you were part of an
And we'll look at
MLM.
MLMs. Yeah. We'll
Yes.
look at that. Yeah,
You
for
don't have to
sure.
give us the name.
No.
Mary Grace said she sold candles and she said I sold baskets. You can figure out what that is. But let us know because I think we find there's a lot of women and a few good men who truly have dipped their toe and tried direct
Yeah.
sales before. And if you have, this is the place to talk to us because we have that program that is designed for those in the industry who have built teams, for those in the industry who have made it or want to make it a profession. And I think that's fantastic is that Park Lane offers that because no other company offers that. You start at the
Uh-uh.
bottom wherever you go. That's what you
Yeah.
do. So love, love, love that. So let's talk about specifically why Park Lane. You touched on a couple things, but why is Park Lane the jewelry company to
I'm
choose?
so glad you asked me this for a change. No, I'm so glad you asked me this because you just had people in the comments putting if they worked with other direct sales companies. Now,
Right.
every single one of you that has worked in another direct sales company, what I'm about to tell you is going to absolutely make your jaw drop. Here at Park Lane, we have no minimums. We have no quotas. I don't know if I would have thought it would work when I first, but it works. Boy, does it work. So, like when I came into Park Lane, I have since promoted to another level, but I came in as a company vice president.
Right.
I've promoted to executive company vice president over the years. That means nothing to you. It shouldn't be, although I hope you're impressed, but no. But what is super exciting is that at no time will I ever go backwards. I could walk away from this for a few months, a few years, whatever. And if I were to restart my business, I would still be an executive company vice
Right.
president. So once you have obtained a certain title, a certain pay level, then you will always be eligible to stay at that. You do not have to do minimums in order to keep your titles and stuff. And I can hear just these huge sighs of out in the,
Relief.
I
Yes.
really can, because you guys, it just, that changed my life, because there was always so much pressure that we had to do a certain amount, or we're going to lose something, lose our title, lose people, whatever. But here at Park Lane, they're not having that. That does not happen. So that is super exciting. We've been around since 1955. We're debt free and we're cash rich. I say that so fast as if it means nothing, but it means everything. I mean, they have been able to do so many amazing moves and just throw more money and more product at us all the time. We get new product every single month. I honestly think we probably do almost every single week. They have something that they're
I think so.
dropping or bringing
Yeah.
our way. I really do think I can
Yeah.
say that, bring our way. So it's constantly changing inventory and right on trend and training, so we know like what's in fashion and what's what and all that good stuff. But really it's the programs. I told you when I came over from my other company, when I
Right.
was looking, I thought, okay, and I was looking at all the the known jewelry companies at the time, and beautiful, beautiful products. One thing I found was most of them had a central romance product of which everything else was centered around. So you guys don't know what I'm talking about. Like some was all about pearls and some was all about charms. Some was all about Swarovski crystals. And I'm like, beautiful, but limiting in my opinion. I was like, I want the whole gamut. I want to be able to appeal to all the audiences. And that's what Park Lane has. We represent at least 6 different groups of jewelry, as they would call it, your silvers,
Yeah.
your golds, your pearls, whatever. I won't go into all that, but it's really cool. So something for everyone, and price wise too. Something for everyone. We have very affordable jewelry. Really, all of it is affordable when they use our special sale. And that's really the ticket, is their programs. And it starts with the customer sale, where it's buy 2 for regular, get 4 for half. And right now it's a little bit lower depending on when you're listening to this, but normally it's spend 90 and get any item you want for $35. I said that
Hmm.
really fast, and don't worry, it's written everywhere. You'll learn it when you join us. But
Yeah.
people learn it really fast. And this is really cool, you guys, because it's in our DNA, seriously, as women, to like share a sale. So people are out there everywhere
My
repeating the
goodness. Yeah.
sale. Yeah, it's free advertising, okay? But also, not to seem like, selfish or anything, but we join these businesses to make money. So do I want to sell jewelry that's $5 and I get a percentage of that? Or do I want to sell jewelry where people are absolutely thrilled to death? They're leaving with 6 to 8 pieces. They're saving hundreds of dollars using our customer plan, but they're generally on the average spending about $100. Okay. And I'm getting paid on the $100. Janine's getting
Right.
paid on the $100.
Right.
We love that because everybody's happy, including us, right? And they're out there with lots and lots of pieces on. Our hostess program, I mean, it just gets better. Our customer sale is amazing. And then our hostess program is even more generous, where it's based on not on how much people spend, but on how many orders they collect. So $20 free per order, but when they get to 10 orders, it's $40 free per order. So we can know that someone can sell like 10 $30 items with a $300 show, and they're going to get 40 times 10, $400 in free jewelry. And I'm
It's
not even
insane.
finished yet. There's like 4 other things they get, half price items, specials, blah,
Yeah.
it goes on and on. It's fantastic. Won't bore you with it right now. And then, of course, the profit. We are the highest paid rep in the direct sales industry. We
Yep.
really are. And it is because of our profit program, which you would have to look over. But of course, it starts with a percentage of what we sell. Janine and I both, brand new people start at 30%, which is
Right.
high. My last company, when I left, I was at 25%.
Yep.
Okay.
Me
And
too.
we got all the way up to 50% here. And then there's bonuses and, weekly, monthly, extra perks that you can't believe it. You don't see them coming. I mean, Janine, surely you got to check 1 or 2 times and go, what did I get that for? It's really cool, right? Then we have the perks, free jewelry every month. Like we can earn our jewelry for free. We can earn $1,000 in free jewelry every single month. We have trips that we're constantly, promoting and being part of. So we just wrapped up Costa Rica, and now we're
Yep.
doing a Costa Rica again.
Yep.
And I'm headed to Amsterdam in August. And I think I've been in 32 trips in my time with Park Lane, and
Insane.
half of
That's
them
awesome.
European. And I had never been to Europe before Park Lane. So all, much less my kids. So just really cool life experiences. I mean, obviously I get a little bit excited about it, but I really want you guys to get excited about it because it's the best kept secret. And I want you to pass it sounds too good to be true. I think that's our biggest fault, but it really is.
How about for those people who come who are afraid of like what they need to do monthly here to keep themselves going? There's no quotas and no minimums, so we
Yeah.
don't have to worry about
No,
certain amounts of sales. We don't force you. I always love when you talk
never.
about that.
Yeah, no, there's no quotas. You do as little or as much as you want,
Mhm.
and you keep your title, and you're always. We want to honor the fact that people do
Right.
direct sales because they have a life. People do direct sales normally because they have another job or they have a family or they have whatever, and you can't control all of those factors.
No.
Now, what they lead with instead are the things I just said, which are like incentivize us, like trips and free jewelry and a weekly paycheck. We get pretty addicted to that. And also, it's just so much fun. So it's, so many people too join us because they said you just look like you're having so much fun compared to my regular job. And it is, you guys.
It's so
It really
true.
is.
Guys, the
Mhm,
perks are insane. When she was
mhm.
talking about, when she said to me, I'm sure you got a check at one point where you were like questioning what was on it. The first time I got a bonus, a leader bonus, because my team hit a certain number, I called commissions and I was like, you sent me too much money. I don't know what this is. And I mean, because there's so many things I
Yeah.
don't know. And I mean, that's I don't know. I always say, we get to do a product that is fun. When you put it on people, it raises their serotonin levels and they're happy. Okay. Sparkle makes people happy. Then, on top of it all, you get paid with cash and sparkle and jewelry. I mean, who else gets that in life? Get a
Yeah.
paycheck at the end of the week and probably aggravation and a headache. Here we don't. We're a bunch
No,
of people that are just helping each other and having
no.
fun and
We're so
lifting
annoying.
each other up. We are. We're very annoying. We're very annoying. So listen, why is now the perfect time for everyone to join? Tell me.
Yeah. Well, you guys, anytime is the right time. If you got that little excited feeling in your tummy, it's time to do it. It
For
really is.
sure.
More is less by, I saw this on The Sopranos when I was watching the series, and it's always stuck with me. The wife at one point said, more is lost by indecision than poor decision. And I'm like, it's so true. Like, it's such an uncomfortable place to be on a fence. You need to either get off it or be on it. But if you have
100%.
that little excited feeling, take that next step. That's what successful people do. Successful people lean in, and the way that we ask you to start is to have a show, and
Yep.
it's for you. I mean, it's like on the job training, but you get everything. You have the show, but you get the hostess benefits and you also get the paycheck. So, and then that's your introduction. That's like everybody knowing, like, oh, I'm going to be a jewelry lady now. And that's how you start your online VIP group and everything. So, there's so many different ways to do this business, and we'll teach you all that. And I did learn that one of the reasons people don't lean in, the main reason, is because they're thinking of the things that could happen and will they be prepared? Well, you know what? Things happen and we're prepared. So we'll help you with that as time goes on. It's jewelry, it's not
That's
medical
our job.
supplies. I'm always like, no one's going to
Exactly.
get hurt.
You just said it. It's jewelry. It's nothing more than jewelry. Talk about how they can sign up and they're getting a free impression bracelet of their choice
Yes. So
this
right now, when
time.
you join Park Lane, it's $129 for the kit, and you get to design your own kit. You get to choose $500 worth of jewelry. In addition, for the first 2 weeks of June, so you're in them right now, you
June
can
10th,
add
yeah.
an impression bracelet of your choice, which retail for $188. So you're actually getting $688 for jewelry for $129.
Right.
You will get paid on that first show.
Right.
So chances are most people totally have paid themselves back and then some by the
Right.
time the credit card comes due for the $129. And it's a tax write-off. And that's another huge benefit of our job is the tax write-offs. I won't go into all that right now, but you guys, it's huge. They'll say, even if you don't make money, you'll make money because all of a sudden things become write-offs that were expenses a minute ago, all of the jewelry that you
Right.
ever buy, right? And stuff like that. We're going in on. So they're doing that extra, and that's a great time to start. Another great reason to start right now is because it's a change of season, meaning it's a change in how people are spending their time. And whenever
Right.
you have a change of season, like school letting out, there's like people are more open, to new things. And they're like, oh, I'll have a show on the go. Oh, let's do one at the softball park or, whatever. So that's good. And then you come in this month and you get your name known, okay? And then at the end of the month, we do a mega party and we will help you make thousands because we'll do all the work, but you get to invite your customers. And
Yep.
then come July, we have our convention online, which you should be part of, and they introduce the new line. So here you took over all the customers that and now you get to spring the new line on them in July. So it's honestly, if I had to pick any perfect time, it
Sweet
would be
spot.
right now. Yeah, absolutely right now.
Sweet spot.
Yeah, say
Sweet
yes.
spot. I just dropped the Google form in the comments section, Mary Grace. Do you want to explain to them what they need to do?
Yeah, so go ahead and click on that Google form, fill it out completely. You're only eligible to win if you fill out every single question. There's not that many. And do be sure to let me know what kind of jewelry you like because I curate the package to your taste. And that's fun for me too. So be sure to do that. And who invited you, and we will pick a winner. You do not have to join the company to get to win. But also you guys just don't be afraid or intimidated to put that you want more information or something. We are not stalkers. I'm very proud of that because I'm like, if someone wanted me to offer me an opportunity where I could make six figures doing a part-time gig, I certainly wouldn't have to beg them, and we don't have to, we have plenty of people. We just want more and we want you to be part of it. So be sure to really listen and consider this opportunity.
Yeah.
Because as I said, even if all you ever did was that first show, you would leave with more than you came with. You would have all that jewelry, you'd have your free impression bracelet, you'd have your paycheck, you'd have the hostess credit from your show, you would have made your rep incredibly happy. So we're like, book the show and we'll go from there.
Contact your stylist that invited you here tonight. Come back again next Monday night at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. Thank you, Mary Grace. I really
You're welcome. Thank you, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye, everyone.